You know what's crazy? Barcelona have scored 9 goals against Real Madrid so far this season. They've scored 9 goals in 2 games against Real Madrid. 9 in 2 games. 9. 9. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 7, 9 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. How do you count to 10 in other languages, fam? Count to 10 in Indian, in Hindi, man. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Alright, fam. Give me Chinese as well, fam. Yi, ia, san, si, wu, liu, ki, ba, 9. 9. What else? What else, fam? French? Give me French. Give me French. Uno, un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, 9. Give me German. How do you say 10 in German? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bro, you get the point. It's 9 goals. We're pathetic. And this game should have been more than 9 goals. And this game should have been more than 9. I'm actually disgusted. I can shout. I can call people names. I can say whatever I want to say. I want to start off this by I want to congratulate Barcelona. I want to congratulate Barcelona for what they've done. Beating us 5-2. Deserved winners. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. They deserve to win. By far. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say they were lucky. I can't say it. I can be biased. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm not going to do that. I want to say congratulations for Barcelona for not only beating Real Madrid, for not only winning, but dominating Real Madrid. You dominated us in so many avenues of the game. So I want to start off this by saying well done to you guys. Because you guys are much better than us today's game and last game. It's that simple. You man have the better coaching, the better management, in terms of in-game management, and the players today delivered much more for you guys compared to us. That's simple as that. I don't want any Real Madrid fans to be bitter. Don't be shameless. Give flowers where flowers is due. They were the much better team, and that's one. It's one. Let's just put that out of the way. Actually, no. Let's not put that out of the way. Chesney, fair play to you. Koundé, fair play to you. Kubasi, Inigo, fairs. Arujo came on, fairs. Balde, fairs. Pedri, Casado, fairs. Gavi, fairs. Rafinha, fairs. Lewa, fairs. Lamine Yamal, fairs. As for this team, you guys are pathetic. You guys are absolute pathetic. I think every single one of you guys, except for one person. And I will talk about that one person towards the end of the video where I'll be giving this guy a match rating on my own. I'm going to, as I always do, I'll give match ratings for Madrid reviews. And I'm going to give match ratings to every single person. One person deserves to have his heads high, bro. You can't leave this game upset or disappointed with your performance because you're the only one who actually delivered. And that's a surprise because you were the last person I would expect. But as for this team, and most importantly, as for this manager, Carlo Ancelotti, I'm going to be so real with you, bro. You, as you guys can see here, this guy's been coaching since 1995. So he's been coaching for now 30 years. 30 years of management. 30 years of management. And in those 30 years, the fact that you can't do simple, basic decisions is mind-blowing to me. I think anyone with a brain and anyone with an understanding of this team and this game can understand that when you look at Real Madrid's team, you look at one massive liability in that team, one person who's been hurting Real Madrid every single game, every single week. This guy has been a liability. Every game he plays, he's a liability. Every game he plays, Real Madrid concede a goal because of him. And that is Lucas Vazquez. I don't need coaching license. I don't need to coach for 30 years. I don't need to win so many trophies as you've done for me to understand that whenever he plays, Real Madrid play bad. Whenever he plays, we concede because of him. I don't need my coaching degrees. I don't need anything. When you watch the game, it's given to you. It's highlighted in front of you. You can see it with your own eyes. How is it that this whole season you haven't seen it? How is it you haven't looked at how we play, how we defend because of this man? The last El Clasico. The last El Clasico is the biggest example. We lost 4-0. This guy wasn't responsible for most of the goals. And you say to yourself, let me play the same 11. Let me play the same right back. There are so many options you can do. There is so many options on how you can avoid this. You can play Fede Valverde as a right back. And that's it. It solves the issue. You can play Raul Asensio as a right back. You can play me, Faysal Hassan, as a right back. You can play you, the Haywan that you are, as a right back. You can play Ali Salman from Iraq as a right back. You can play anyone as a right back. And it can be an improvement to Lucas Vazquez. But you are so stubborn and you can't realize this, that you keep making and committing the same mistake all over again. Every week it's the same mistake. Every week it's the same thing. Every week you do the same thing all over again. You can't learn from your mistakes. And you might wonder, why is he a problem? Yes, some of the goals was due to him, but other players was bad. Yes, other players was bad. But when you have a liability on the defensive end, it hurts the whole team. I will tell you why. When you have someone that can't defend, and he's supposed to be a defender, it impacts the way you defend as a unit and as a setup and as a team. Because you then have players who has to cover for this specific individual. Lucas Vazquez is a liability. Everyone knows this. He has no purpose in life. So when he has no purpose in life, and when he has no awareness, and when he doesn't have the defensive understanding or the defensive principles to be a defender, it forces other players to help him and to cover for him and to support him at all costs when we don't have the ball. And that's what happened in the first half, when we conceded 4 goals. 4 goals. We conceded 5 goals in 52 minutes of action. 5. And all those 5 goals were down to him. When you have 2 players, the Rafinha goes down to him. Lamine Yamal, the Boulder goes down to him. The guy doesn't know where he needs to be. And that's not just the problem. Now you look at the other goals that we conceded. It's because those other goals came from empty spaces for Barcelona to exploit, and which they did. Lamine Yamal did it better than anyone else. Gavi did it better than anyone else. Pedri Casar did it better than anyone else. They exploit empty spaces. Spaces that we leave open because of the fact we've got 2 people who has to cover for him. So when we have 1 person, 2 people helping him, supporting him, making sure that his person, that he doesn't get attacked and bullied, that forces these 2 to cover him and help him, which means the rest of the pitch is wide open for the rest of the players. And that is what happens when we have a liability on the pitch. But when we have a capable defender, the spaces doesn't get covered. The spaces gets easily spread out. And this has been the whole story of Real Madrid season. You can go to every game this season. You're bound to see a Lucas Vazquez mistake. You're bound to see it. And the blame goes to him. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not expecting too much from Lucas Vazquez. That's why I tweeted out before the game. I've got no expectation of Lucas Vazquez. I've got no expectation of Ferland Mendy. Because I've seen them play for my team. My bar is so low that you can play ass, you can play pathetic, and I'm still looking at you saying, I expected it. Lucas Vazquez's performance today did not surprise me. It's what I've seen this whole season. It's not, hey, hooray, surprise. No. I've seen it. I've seen this whole season. I've seen him commit mistakes. I've seen him, the Milan game, Leao. I've seen so many games, Celta Vigo, Bill, but I've seen it. I've seen every game. It's down to him. I've seen how we concede goals. It's down to him. So this game isn't a surprise to me. This game, I'm not looking at him, oh my God, Lucas Vazquez is actually bad. No. I know he's bad. I know he's bad. But if I know it and you know it, you watching this video right now, and the person sitting next to you watching this video, and the Haywan next to you sitting there with you, if you man know, then why does the manager who's been coaching for 30 years not know this? Why can't he see what we're seeing? But we are the amateurs. We are the people who doesn't have the coaching degree, doesn't have a coaching license. Why can't we see it and not him? Why can't he say to himself, okay, wait, Lucas Vazquez has committed a mistake once now, twice now, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Why does he not get the hint to say to himself, all right, surely the next game I should play Fede Valverde. Surely I should play Raul there. Surely I should play Jesus Fortia there. Surely I can play Chemeni there. Surely I can play anyone there. And those players can do a better job than him. Because when you have one person who can't do their job, it hinders the whole team. And look at that first half. We were bad. Yes, we scored a goal early on, but that goal came against the run of play. If you go back 60 seconds before we scored, Lucas Vazquez loses Rafinha with the cross. Rafinha, the header, Thibaut saves us. And then from that corner, we scored our goal. But it was very easy. Yes, we scored. Yes, we were leading 1-0, but it was very expected Barcelona was still going to come back and score more than 1 goal, more than 2 goals, which they did. They equalised straight after. And when I mean by there is spaces in the midfield occupied and left wide open, it's because these two are too busy trying to help him where the spaces are wide open in the middle. It was wide open in the middle. Barcelona took 4 passes to score the first goal. And that was from Szczesny to Koundé to Lewa to Lamine Yamal. That midfield was spread out so easily that there was no spaces there. And this is the whole half. There was no unity, there was no structure within our midfield and our defense. With every attack that Barcelona attacked us, there were bound to be spaces for them to have more than 1 or 2, 3 players in there. And I look at this team and I say to myself, how can you man not see this? And now I look at my manager, how can you sitting on the bench see there's a problem with the structure of your defense, with the setup of your defense? And then scored the first goal, the second goal, the third goal, the 4th goal and the 5th goal. And it kept coming and coming. And honestly speaking, like, all of the goals which they scored is deserved goals. All of the goals which they scored was absolute. It was so easy for them. Like the Lamine was so easy. The Leo penalty, it was a clear penalty. Yes, it was soft, but that's just great intelligence by Gavi to knowing when I should try to put my body on the line. And that is just poor awareness from Camavinga when the cross was deflected by Koundé and the ball was going up in the air, and you know to yourself, you're now about to clear the ball. Before clearing it, especially when you're inside the box, you should have the awareness to make sure, check your shoulders, check your surroundings, and make sure there's no one there. Because we see it happening all the time. great, intelligent players, they make sure before you're about to kick, before you're about to put your make contact with the ball, they put their body just before you do that. That's just great intelligence by Gavi. It's a clear penalty. The Rafinha's goal. What kind of where was Vasquez? Where was Vasquez? Rafinha's fourth goal. Where was he? Balde, where was he? And this is how easy it was for Barcelona. And now if you compared to how we played in the first half, look how we played in the first half. We could barely string a couple passes together. We could barely make 1 or 2, 3 sequences. Our only chances came from, forget chances. The only chance that we had in the first half was the goal that we scored. After that, we could barely create anything because we couldn't create anything. We weren't able to create anything. Every time that we tried to create something, we just hoof it over the top. Is that creation? Is that a team that know how to play? We don't know how to play. For some reason, when we face Barcelona over the past 2 games now, we look at it. We look at the midfield and we look at the attack. And that's no one that can actually do something right. No one. 2 games now against Barcelona, it's men versus boys. It's little kids versus men. And this is a team that we're trying to win the league, the Champions League. We've got so many goals for this season and we can't do any of them. Like when you look at this, 19 shots total, shots on target. This all happened in the second half. And what makes it worse in the second half, when Szczęsny got sent off, and we then scored a goal from that free kick, and it was 5-2. Szczęsny got sent off in the 56th minute. Listen to me very well now. Listen to me very, very well now. Szczęsny got sent off in the 56th minute. Rodrigo scored in the 60th minute. And there was 8 minutes added on. For 38 minutes, when Barcelona had 10 men on, Lamine Yamal just got taken off. Gavi got just taken off. So with 10 men and no Lamine Yamal, Real Madrid couldn't create a single chance. I don't give a shit about this. This isn't big chances missed. There wasn't a single attack. There was no intent ever since they had 10 men on. And that's the disgraceful part about it. They had 10 men. They just sacrificed Lamine Yamal. And we couldn't punish them. In those kind of moments, you think to yourself, all right, cool, the momentum now is on their side. Madrid has got the momentum. Madrid now, surely they can now pressure Barcelona. Surely they can get our third goal to put a bit of pressure on Barcelona, and Barcelona will start being a bit shaky, a bit nervous. Barcelona was still comfortable. We were attacking, but there was no creation. There was no intent with our attack. You know them ones where you just attack for the sake of attacking. You pass the ball for the sake of passing the ball. But that's no purpose of the pass that we have. You know what? Let me just give my player ratings to whatever it is. Let me just give the players to the Haywans and the Haywans and the Haywans, fam. Thibaut. Wallah al-Azim, without Thibaut, this would have been a 10-0. Without Thibaut, this would have been 10-0. Give him an 8, fam. Lucas Vasquez. If I speak, I'll be in big, big trouble. If I speak, my brother, I'm going to be in big, big trouble. And trust me, I don't want to be in big trouble. I don't want to be in big trouble. I don't understand how we have now entered 2025 and you are still our starting right back. And this is what I mean with no expectations. I don't have any expectations on you. I don't go to a game and say to myself, oh my God, Lucas Vazquez is about to have a great game. Oh my God. I don't. I'm not expecting too much from a 33-year-old winger, actual winger playing right back for Real Madrid in 2025. I'm not expecting too much. Wallah, I'm not. Wallah, I think I'm not. I'm not expecting too much, bro. You're just... Chimeni... Camavinga, I'm disappointed in today. Because he looked lost out there. He literally looked lost. He was fortunate not to get sent off as well. Where Lamine Yamal, where he pulled Lamine Yamal towards the end of the first half. That's why he got taken out in the second half when Sabais came on. He was very fortunate to be on. He got completely isolated. He was left on an island by himself, especially defensively, because where he had to cover for Fede, because Fede was covering for Lucas Vazquez. So he had to do everything in that midfield. And you can tell he was lost. And that's why they were playing rings around him, because it felt like it was 3 versus 1, 4 versus 1, and it was only him. Jude was disappointing. Jude was so disappointing today. Like, so disappointing. Vinny was the worst person of them all. And this is a person where is Vinny. You look, every time you play Barcelona, you actually do well. The last Super Cup, you scored a hat-trick. Finals, every final you score for Real Madrid. But this game, his head wasn't into it. He didn't want to play. You could tell, like, every time he had the ball, he just lost the ball. Beside maybe the first 5-10 minutes where he created a goal and he had one moment. After that, there was nothing that Vinny did well this whole game. This is one of the worst. This is one of the most disappointing Vinny performance that I can remember. Rodrigo, I think, was our best player in the first half and very consistent. Mbappe, this is not the person I want to talk about. We let him down. And it sounds crazy for me to say this, especially with the season he's had today. He's having this whole season from August till now. But we actually let Mbappe down. We let him down badly today. Because he's the only one that I looked at and actually wanted to play. He's the only one that I looked at who actually tried to score, who tried to win. He actually showed great body language. When he lost the ball, he wants to win it back. When he missed a shot, he was passionate. He showed great intent. The moves that he was making, the goal that he scored. He created about 2 chances. The chance that he created to Jude Bellingham towards the end of the game, where he went past 2 players, the back heel to Jude. He was our best attacker. He was our best player by far. And I look at this game, and the only positive that I can think of is now Mbappe playing a good game. But now I look at the rest of the team, and I look at not only this, bro. I'm going to be so real, bro. I look at this person. I look at him. Florentino Perez. You've just seen this guy put a stinker of all stinkers, of the stinkers of stinkers in the history of stinkers. And you've just seen we've got a centre-back, a defensive midfielder playing as a centre-back. And you've just seen a plumber playing as a left-back. If you'd say to yourself, we are now in the winter transfer window, and you say to yourself, we don't need a sign-back, we don't need a full-back or centre-back, then you're just putting this team into more depression. You're just putting this team into a disappointment of a season. Because we need bodies. We need a right back or a centre back this window. And I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear about Trent for the summer. I don't want to hear about Saliba in 2 years. I don't want to hear about Lukiba. Give me someone this window. Because we can't rely on the same people over again and again and again and again and again. Bro, enough is enough. Enough is enough. "30 years of management, he has never retained a Champions League trophy or La Liga trophy. Never retained the trophy. This was supposed to be his final. It was supposed to be a chance to retain a trophy. He flopped badly. Real Madrid won the league and the Champions League last season. Ask yourself now whether we're going to win the league or Champions League. This curse is too strong. This guy's never ending his drought. I said to myself before the game, if he retains the Super Cup, we've got a good chance of winning everything. Now we've lost it. How the hell has he given me... How the hell do you think I've got confidence now we can retain the league and the Champions League? Do you have confidence? Do you think we can retain it? After what you've seen today, do you think we can actually win the Champions and the league? Anyway, man.